8 kilometers left in this very interesting edition of Bini, the Memorial Frank van der Broeke. We have two leaders, Christophe Laporte, the silver medal winner in Wollongong, and Rasmus Tiller, and then a group with, amongst others, Philippe Gilbert. We have Jake Stewart in this group as well.
And it's dropped from this group now.
Yeah, that means that Jake Stewart is the only one left for the Groupama FDG team. And, well, Jake could do well on a finish like this too.
Yeah, very, very well. It looks like the gap has gone out a bit if we're to trust that GPS again.
Total Energie have two riders with Dries van Gestel and Anthony Turgis. Greg van Avermaet in this group as well for the AG2R team. I think we've mentioned most of the riders now, with Florian Vermeers leading the troops ahead of Van Gestel.
Leaving Gilbert to try and have one final go as well.
That would be absolutely marvellous if that happened. He did win a race earlier this year. That was in May in Dunkirk. Also a slightly uphill finale. But does he still have it all the way in October? Willpower is, of course, a strong thing if you want to bow out in style, as Gilbert probably wants. But Laporte is doing an awful lot of work there in this group. And I don't think that Tiller is acting here. It's just he is on his limit.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, he's done a lot during the whole race today, so we shall see what he's got left in the final.
Florian Thauvin in the green, and they have lost touch now with that first group. So that is Galopin, Hugo Page, and also Florian Vermeers. And Stewart is making his way back to the front now. Camera quite inconveniently is staying behind this group, but of course the gaps are so small that you cannot position a camera bike in between the two leaders and this chasing group.
No, you can't. That gap, 30 seconds now from the front to...
And you said it, Magnus, you said when they went that this might be the winning move, and more so, it looks like this is the winning move. Especially if you look at the peloton acting like this.
Yeah, exactly. There's no team taking control of the chase here now. I'm surprised to see that Alpecin the Koenig haven't got on the front here to chase this down. They haven't got anyone up the front, and they got Tim Malier in the peloton here, who we know is fast. And there are other teams here who sort of missed out a bit as well, I got to say.
Yeah, absolutely, but they are not committing. And look at that, Christophe Laporte is going so fast that he's just dropping Rasmus Tiller straight from the wheel. The Norwegian rider has to go absolutely all in to follow Laporte, who is basically on the back of the motorcycle at the moment.
Well, the motorbike's struggling to stay away from him, and with these twists and turns that we got here, it takes a pretty special motorbike driver to hold off a bike rider going full gas.
I'll give you the names one more time of the riders in this group. We have Dries van Gestel, Anthony Turgis, Jake Stewart representing Great Britain and Groupama FDG, Florian Vermeers and Philippe Gilbert, Florian Thauvin in the green. We have two riders for the Trek Segafredo team with Galopin and Tom Squinch. And Greg van Avermaet should still be out there at the front as well. Talking about some old dogs there in that first group with Gilbert, Galopin and van Avermaet.
Yeah. Now it looks like it's a bit more what I expected it to be, the time gap here. 22 seconds up to Laporte and Tiller, and then 12 seconds back is that group with Gilbert in it. It's still very much hanging in the balance there.
Sylvain Dillier is now doing the work at the front for Alpecin de Koning, the Swiss rider. But still leading, Christophe Laporte doing, 99.5% of the work in this group. Rasmus Tiller is getting rid of some excess weight there, the Norwegian champion. And then the chasing group completely falling to pieces there, trying to get everything they have left after 195 kilometers of racing to get back to Laporte and Rasmus Tiller.
The problem is they're attacking, though. They're not riding together. They're not working as a unit. And I think with with attacks going up the road, and as soon as you catch again, it stops and it stalls, and you lose a bit of time again. Whereas Tiller and Laporte are now starting to finally get a bit of a rhythm going, helping each other out.
Christophe Laporte, well, of course, he won his races at Cofidis, but nothing like what he's doing now at Jumbo-Visma. But there we have Alexander Kristoff moving to the front there on the wheel of Grimay. But maybe, just maybe, this is too late, Magnus. We've got less than the 2.5 kilometers to go.
Yeah, I think that final climb you can probably close with a good 15-second gap if you're coming in there with fresh legs. But that means that they're going to have to catch these guys first. So it's a lot of work left to do in 2 kilometers now. So in my book, it's still favour to at least the group out front here. Whether Laporte and Tiller can hold off or not, we'll have to wait and see. But I think it's going to be tight.
Really smooth pedaling style there by the Norwegian champion. And this man, well, one of the moments of the year was, of course, that 1, 2 and 3 in Paris-Nice with Roglic and Van Aert and Laporte in first place, wearing the yellow jersey. One of the iconic pictures of the year. We have Florian Vermeers leading, Greg van Avermaet, Tom Squinch, Jake Stewart, Hugo Page, Philippe Gilbert, Dries van Gestel, Anthony Turgis and Florian Dauvin chasing these two riders, with Laporte absolutely being the strongest of the two. But can he finish it off, or can Rasmus Tiller find something to defeat Christophe Laporte? Judging from what we have seen and hoping that he didn't act, and I don't think he will, not that kind of person. Christophe Laporte should win this race, but you never know what happens. Somebody might jump from the back. This is the first part of the cobbles in the final kilometre. It looks like Florian Vermeers is still leading with Greg van Avermaet on his wheel, and the motorbike is staying with them. No, we are here in the Finnish cameras, and of course Christophe Laporte is the strongest of the two. Rasmus Tiller didn't pull a rabbit out of his high hat. Christophe Laporte, after a second place and some top 10 places in Canada, is going to round off his absolutely smashing season with Jumbo-Visma with what looks like a win, because Philippe Gilbert, he tries in his final race to get to the front, but look at that gap. It's a pretty big one with just 400 meters to go. The final 300 meters, they are pretty rough, but I don't see Christophe Laporte completely exploding in these final few hundred meters. One last sector of cobbles to go for the man from France. He is 29 years of age, Christophe Laporte. This was his first year with Jumbo-Visma, and what a year it was. He still has Paris-Tours to go, and you can write him down as one of the favourites for that race as well. But Christophe Laporte, fantastic win, fantastic rider. He is the winner of Binche-Chimay-Binche. Great win for Christophe Laporte. Rasmus Tiller in second place, and then it's, well, Squinch, Van Avermaet or Hugo Page for third place. I cannot tell from this angle and with this corner. It would be nice if Tom Squinch get on the podium. I don't think his contract extension has been announced, or maybe not even signed. So it would be nice for him if he got a podium here.
Yeah, strong ride by Christophe Laporte in that final half a lap. Basically single-handedly towing him and Rasmus Tiller to that final climb, and then just having enough legs to ride away from Tiller. Good to see Tiller managing to hold off for second place as well. So
splendid view here on the walls around Binche. It was actually the idea to create a fortress, to create a castle that could match the riches of Fontainebleau. That didn't really happen here in Wallonia, because Fontainebleau is a little bit more splendid than what we just saw. But it's a lovely, lovely town here, Binche, with some Great pubs as well. But I digress. Christophe Laporte, wonderful winner here of the Benjamin Bange Memorial Frank van den Broeke.
Le grand bonhomme du final, alors que nous avons d'autres arrivées avec celle de Ryan Coquard. Et dans un instant, le jour d'arrivée.
Tiller, Hugo Page on the podium ahead of Greg van Avermaet, Tom Squinch, Philippe Gilbert in his last race, 6th, Dries van Gestel, Jake Stewart, Florian Dauphin and Tony Galopin. That is the top 10 of this year's Philippe Gilbert, to name a few, but also riders in the shadows, like this man, Kevin van Melsen, who has always selflessly worked for others. Emilio Keizer. And, well, his win in the Giro on that finishing circuit, Magnus, staying ahead of the peloton. And then on the finish line, the song Sex on Fire, which was the exact same song played on the funeral of Wouter Weiland, is one of those moments that you will never, ever forget in cycling.
No, definitely a big moment, that one.
And if you've ever been to the Gent 6 days in the Kuipke, you will never forget. The castle is in the bag. Fast race, especially on the final circuit.
Avant le dernier tour, et puis
yeah, we were in that break in the penultimate race, and I tried to attack, and Envy at the front, and we were together, Florian and me.
Toujours à quelques secondes. À un moment donné, j'ai cru qu'on allait rentrer.
Then there were two riders up front, and we were stuck at a few seconds.
Finalement, ils sont restés devant.
4 or 5 seconds.
C'est un peu dommage, mais
yeah, in the end, they stayed at the front.
C'était bien joué le final, c'est ce que j'espérais.
They played the final well. It was a very attractive final.
Dans le final, donc c'était bien.
Vous avez vu tout au long de la journée, on a vu un gros travail de toute l'équipe, Arnaud qui a attaqué, Florian qui va bien aider, Sébastien.
Yeah, the team was very aggressive today.
Voilà, la meilleure place c'est la mienne malheureusement, 6e, donc bon c'est pas.
Yeah, I was 6th.
Pas cher payé, mais bon c'est bien d'avoir été actif.
Alors comment s'est passée cette journée? Vous avez profité quand même un peu parce que ça a tellement, c'est parti dans tous les sens tout le temps.
Ouais, il y avait beaucoup de monde, beau public.
Yeah, there were a lot of people out there.
À l'arrivée, je viens d'entendre quand Remco
passait la ligne, il y avait aussi une belle ovation. For Remco,
voilà, merci au public, merci à tout le le monde.
Comment vous sentez
also ovation for me.
Bien,
so thanks to the
parce qu'il y a Paris-Bourg qui arrive rapidement, donc
yeah, I still race Paris-Bourg.
Gérer tout ça.
So I might just have to recuperate really fast now.
Tous les 2 jours, il y a une course cette semaine, donc c'est bien.
Yeah, Paris-Bourg, Paris-Tours as well.
Ouais, je pense
but it was his last race in Belgium.
Pour dimanche.
Yeah, and I hope to have the legs on Sunday.
Je très bien,
Vous n'êtes pas du genre à montrer vraiment vos émotions, mais est-ce qu'il y en a quand même un peu?
Ouais, mais bon, après 20 ans à ce niveau-là, j'en ai vécu d'autres, donc je suis un peu rodé au niveau émotion, donc je gère plutôt pas mal, ouais.
Yeah, I managed to keep the emotions in check quite well. Yeah, the last race in Belgium, that is, not the last race of his career. So this weekend, we're going to see quite a few riders bow out from the pro ranks, Magnus.
Yeah, we are. I mean, it's a big weekend for that particular reasons. Yeah, of course we would have. That's only normal when you win the World Championships, and you know, the first one in quite a long time from a Belgian.
From the Netherlands. But first we are going to, well, we might see one this weekend, because cut out from Philippe Gilbert. I don't know what he's holding. I think it's one of these tank cards from one of the team sponsors, but it's lovely. It's lovely. It's not beer. Hugo Page, yeah, this must be one of the first elite podiums for this young man from France. Only 21 years of age, from the north of France, from Chartres. And I think this is actually his first podium place as a pro rider. There's Rasmus Tiller. And of course I personally hope, Magnus, that chauvinistic reasons aside, one organiser, and preferably ASO, gives UNOX a wild card for the Tour de France.
I hope so too.
Yeah.
Jean-Luc Van Den Broek. Ah, vous pouvez l'applaudir, Jean-Luc, il fait un très grand champion. Il a gagné les 4 jours de Dunkerque, il a gagné Fourni.
Jean-Luc Van Den Broek, organizer of this race and the uncle of Frank Verteen. Kampenaerts leading the bunch with Gremai, and now also confirming what we already thought. Magnus Gremai is not going to be the sprinter for the team. That's the man that we see through our screens right now. There he is.